in 716 games, a .274 hitter, 171 home runs. As a pitcher, an ERA of 3. He's made 86 starts. We know he will not pitch in 2024, coming off elbow surgery. He will be a DH. He will be a big-time hitter in a lineup that includes Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. Guys, want to talk about this, though, because he so quietly on Saturday announced on social media he was joining the Dodgers, and then Jack had set the baseball world on fire when the reported numbers came out. 10 years, $700 million.
So let me get this straight. He's a pitcher, he's a hitter, and he's a baseball insider, because he made sure that he broke his own news as everyone was trying to break that news about him. So the $700 million number is eye-popping, because you look at the largest previous numbers for baseball contracts, it would be Mike Trout at about $426, and then the $70 million a year, you'd have Max Scherzer, who makes about $43. But we've found out in recent hours, because of news that broke, is maybe we shouldn't be talking about $700 million as being the big number. We should be talking about $2 million or $68 million, because he agreed to defer 68 of the $70 million a year. I've got a former player rep here shaking his head. And this loophole does seem a little fishy, but the reports say that it was actually Ohtani's idea.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring up the former player rep, because when I saw $700 million, my son Logan texted me with that number, and first of all, I thought he was crazy that had to be wrong. But then the old player rep in me said, okay, this is what we wanted as players who went through strikes and lockouts for the salary structure to rise. Obviously, $700 million, congratulations. It's not just the pitcher and the hitter, it's the brand off the field, right, of Ohtani, and he deserves all of that money if the Dodgers are willing to pay it. But as Jack just said, we didn't realize they were going to pay him $2 million this year and defer 68 moving forward. It doesn't sound right to me. It sounds like something that the Dodgers are getting away with. And the first thing I thought when I heard that was, now are they going to go get Yamamoto, right? Do they have this money? Does Shohei say, hey, I want to play for a winning team. I'm going to defer all of this money so you guys can go out and spend it on pitching specifically, because that's what the Dodgers really need. And I'll give Shohei all the credit in the world. He wanted this kept quiet. He achieved that. He announced it on his own, and he wanted to play for a winner. He's getting all the money and all the things that he wanted.
I'm sure there are executives from other organizations who are screaming about this right now because of all the reasons that you just laid out. Now, we should point out that he will not count for $2 million against the Dodgers' payroll. Reports are that he will count for $46 million against their payroll. Still a huge chunk, but as John said, there's $24 million there that doesn't get counted that can go get you some pitching, which is what the Dodgers need. I was trying to wrap my mathematical brain around this, so I reached out to my brother, who's smarter, Rob, and he's also an actuary, and he said money today, even if you have a 2% inflation for the next 10 years, $1 today is only going to be worth 81 cents 10 years from now. So Ohtani is not really getting $700 million. He's taking less money. He's still getting a ton of money, but he is, as John said, paving the way for the Dodgers to add more players around him.
You know, it's interesting. We'll see how this plays out. If the league office has no problem with it, if other owners don't as well. But if they do, does it throw a monkey wrench into what happens with Yamamoto? Because the Dodgers could offer him $500 million tomorrow. He's a Dodger, and suddenly, you know, that doesn't seem very fair. Now, in the meantime, let's talk a little bit more about whether this is good for baseball. The $700 million, that's good for players. But again, don't you think that he is that one unique player that would get that kind of money?
Well, I do. And, you know, is it good that he's playing for a big market? Yes. Is it good that he is playing for a team that has gone to the playoffs consistently for years? I think Major League Baseball would look at that and say, yes, those are all good things. Would it have been fun if he went to Toronto and was playing on the East Coast, where all of the East Coast fans could watch him at 7 o'clock every night? That would be something I think in our neck of the woods would be attractive. I'm wondering how the American League East feels that he's not in Toronto. Yankees don't have to see him that much. The Red Sox don't have to see him that much. He goes out to L.A., and then Aaron Judge can say, you know what, I'll line myself up for the American League MVP, and you take the National League MVP.
And that may be exactly what happens. In terms of this being good or bad for baseball, I don't love the deferral part of it. That doesn't pass the smell test for me. But Ohtani going to the Dodgers, I think you need villains in sports, and the Dodgers just became the biggest villain in Major League Baseball because people love to root for the underdog, and they love to root against the team that everyone is going to pick to win, assuming that they surround him with some pitching. They need some pitchers after Walker Buehler, but look at that graphic right there. You're talking about 3 potential Hall of Famers who are all going to be in that lineup. We see 4 MVPs already amongst them. So how would you like to go to a Dodger game or just watch a Dodger game on TV and know you're going to see 12 to 15 at-bats with those 3 guys? So you got to be the team that wants to knock off the Goliath. So I'm okay with the Dodgers having him. I don't think it would have been a better story if he suddenly pulled a stealth move and ended up in Milwaukee or Cleveland or something like that. We always knew he was going to a bigger market.
By the way, just for anybody curious why he would agree to $2 million a year, he made $40 million in endorsement money in 2023, blows away everybody. Mike Trout was the closest at $5 million. So Ohtani's going to be, he'll make more as a Dodger, and the Dodgers will make a ton of revenue with him in that lineup.
And Bob, shouldn't we also point out that the Dodgers will make a lot of money as well? And the number with Anaheim last year, according to Bob's great friend Michael Ozanian, was north of $30 million. I bet you that the Dodgers will figure out ways to make even more money off Ohtani. So not only are they getting him to defer, he is also going to be someone that is going to benefit them financially.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what the Dodgers are going to do, though. If you think about Ohtani, who had played with Mike Trout all those years, wasn't a whole lot of success out on the field. So, yes, we showed that graphic. Betts, Freeman, Ohtani going to be amazing at the top of the lineup. I still feel like the bottom of their lineup needs some help, and their rotation is a mess right now. So there really is a lot of work to be done in order to be considered a World Series contender at this point.